Can find those goal kickers from as we get into the teams. And let's start with the Hathorn forward line. And Mark Williams was pretty good leading up last week.
Yes, he's a good small option. Jared Ruffhead, of course, what a job he's got trying to kick some goals against Mel Michael. As we look at the Hathorn half forward line, Ben Dixon in for Joel Smith, as we mentioned. John Barker will need to see him back at his vintage best. And Harry Miller, a good small forward as well. But overall,
quick assessment at that end of the ground.
You'd have to say Brisbane, with their experience and toughness in that part of the ground, hold a strong advantage over the pretty inexperienced Hathorn forward line.
Well, let's look through the midfield now then. It's going to be interesting to see with some of those guns out for Brisbane whether they all play through the midfield, these big names.
We can see Jordan Lewis there, great debut last week, 21 possessions, and Peter Everett, well, he'll need to be dominant over Jamie Sharman to give his midfielders first use of the football. Jason Ackermanis has been in outstanding form, and Simon Black, as we mentioned, back in the team this afternoon, and certainly offset some of the loss they will incur with Voss and Lappin missing in that part of the ground. And you'd have to say with Black back in, they still hold a slight advantage in the midfield, the Brisbane Lions.
All right, so the points to the Lions in the first two areas of the ground. What about this area? Because, as I mentioned, with some of those guns in the middle, maybe their forward line, of course, no Lynch and no Brown, not quite as strong, obviously, as it used to be.
Well, Daniel Bradshaw has kicked 10 goals in the opening 3 rounds, but is their only tall, genuine marking target up there. Martin Pike, will, of course, will battle away and give a contest, but when you look at it overall, perhaps Hawthorn have a slight advantage there, particularly if Jonathan Hay can do a job on Daniel Bradshaw.
All right, let's have a look at the numbers to make up the sides, the interchange. Notting, McLaren, Adcock and Scott. Barrett Scott back in for the Lions. Ladson, Taylor, Reese and Osborne for the Hawks. Jamie Sharman has got the number 1 ruck mantle for the Lions at the moment, and he goes toe-to-toe with Peter Everett. Saturday afternoon footy from the MCG, and Everett the first tap, but Power the first chance to get a clean possession. Couldn't do so. Everett gets the 360 treatment from Copeland.
And umpire Ellis just breaking the play up. He gives off to Beaumont, who kicks to Hathorn. Crawford in space. Thought about giving it to Miller. Turns, delivers long to the goal square. Everett going back, lets it go. First blood to the Hawks. For Bateman, missed the mark. Now Black. Oh, poor kick. Taken by Brown, he had to play on immediately, not 15. Vanderberg working in a confined space, did it pretty well, and finds Franklin right on the boundary line on centre wing.
And he's already getting into the game, which is exciting. The Hawk fans. Dangerous kick though. The Mel Michael fist. Crowd. Mitchell, who's getting tons of it at the moment. No clean possession there. And it's well played by Power, and then Sherman and White, and some space to work in here for Bradshaw. Meantime, Bradshaw to kick one that the Lions would dearly love at this very early stage. Makes very good contact, and the Lions have got one back.
Won this time by Sharman. Sherman, a solidly built 18-year-old. Black gave it up to Vanderberg. Now Bateman, can he find a target inside attacking? 50, he can this time. Hawthorn's leading goal kicker this year. This is his 50th AFL goal, and he pumps it through, and the Hawks lead it by 7. Sharman worked to the front there. What's he going to do here? He's plucked out a free kick to Everett.
I think it might be going to Crawford. I was watching that off the ball. There's a bit of a four-way tangle with players trying to get on their men, and Crawford was being held onto by Ackermanis.
Well, I'm glad, because there certainly wasn't a ruck infringement as Crawford kicks to Everett. Now he's got Lewis running for him, and eventually he honours that lead. And Jordan Lewis dropped the mark. He's got support. Vandenberg, just backward of the wing, looking, searching for Beaumont, and finds him.
Scott Barker free if he gets up.
And Notting was able to get back on Barker. That's what confronts Beaumont as he decides to kick across the ground. It's okay, mark taken by Everett. They transfer play into the centre corridor. Crow, handball over the top to Hay. They're building Hawthorn. At least they're trying to do something. They're trying to create some run, and he kicks towards Everett, towards Lewis, who kicks brilliantly to Williams. From 30 metres, he comes in. Look at that, dead centre. Well, Mitchell ignores that. Kicks further across the ground. Mark taken by Miller. Chips to Barker, who is presenting back to Miller. Kick towards Crawford on the burst. They're looking impressive, the Hawks. It's good stuff. He hands off to Hodge from outside 50. He loads up and kicks a beauty. Oh, this is great stuff, and Luke Hodge celebrates for the crowd.
tell you what, had he seen earlier, that was dead set holding the ball.
Well, now they're going to control it through half forward. Brad Scott after the early work by Ackermanis. Corrie's pass is the Brisbane Lions on the back foot, and Bradshaw is keeping them in it. 2 kicks at goal, 2 majors for Daniel Bradshaw. We'll be watching it carefully. It's just down in front of our commentary box, the other end to right at the top of the screen it is. We're watching now at the moment Everett, and getting it in nice and short as their defence trying to just work the ball out. They're being held up now. Taylor's forced to kick long to the wing, and it wasn't a great option. The height was with the Lions as well as the numbers. Mel Michael, he launches for full forward. Plenty of Hawk jumpers down there. They all fly at once. And who stayed down? All the Lions players. McLaren to Corrie. Goal!
But great strength, Johnson.
Kept his head to Lepage. And eventually McDonald gets it to Pike. Great contest. Well done, Osborne. Here they go again, the Hawks. Chance for Franklin. They got it from Rees. Crawford's been outstanding in the opening quarter. Everett. Good pressure though from the Brisbane Lions. The Everett handball is straight. Copeland, Black, chip it short. Corrie's got it. 55 from goal.
Just needs to hold it up, Corrie. They need to get some forwards inside their forward 50, Brisbane.
Corrie kicks it deep into the pocket. Darryl White in good position. Great. That's a great. Well, the Hawks have absolutely dominated this opening quarter with all the stats, but this, and they'll lead by just 2 points as we tick down to quarter time. Off a couple of steps, Darryl White threads it through the eye of a needle. Hey, Pike, chance from 20 metres, runs in and kicks. Up behind, cannoned it into the post. So an opportunity missed there by the veteran, the 4-time premiership player, Martin Pike.
It's interesting you say that about Lepage, Sauce, because on one hand the Brisbane defence just looks like it's starting to get going, doesn't it? But on the other hand, they haven't got a target at centre half forward.
That's right, and we talked about Lepage, but also Michael starting to get a number of possession as well.
Hodge punches it almost to the centre circle. You saw Charman get fingernails to it. Bradshaw, Johnson and Clark. Everywhere Johnson goes, Clark be sure to follow. Bateman delivers into the pocket. And again, it's Williams on a sharp lead.
Play there, embarking on it at the present time.
He's coming in for his 8th goal for the year from 4 matches. Mark Williams puts it through. And it was uncontested, as you saw. Quick to move it on. Over Beaumont's head. They'll need a good bounce here. They've got time, Hay, or have they? He was strong of body and he was confident of mind. As a result, Beaumont was able to get it comfortably. Through the middle they go. Now Crawford to run on from the give from Rees. He had to handball wildly back to Rees in the end. Out in front of Ladson, who's come onto the ground, had a little bit of an impact, not so much in getting the ball, but in going in hard and competing, and delivers nicely to Clark, who dishes back to Franklin, who winds up with a left foot to a vacant goal square. Oh, it's great to watch him go. Goes out to Selwood. Good to see him back on the ground. Play on was the call to Black. He breaks the shackles and then goes to half forward. Notting was looking at his opponent rather than the ball.
Great grab.
Hodge concentrated on the leather. He takes the mark, uses his wrong boot, which is his right, gives it to Crawford, and Crowd again. He's giving them so much drive. He's in career best form as he gets it to Miller. Oh, the big man Franklin, what will he do with it this time? It's a good handball to Clark. Rees tries to weave through. Hurried kick from Clark was good thinking. Hawks have got the numbers, and they've got the footy. Ben Dixon. Ben Dixon, such an experienced player, has kicked over 190 goals in his career. Just his 2nd game for the year. Only played the 10 last year. He knows how to kick them. He's kicked them after the siren, so that one's a soda. The Hawks are flying.
And the best for the Lions, Simon Black with 14, Michael Power, Ackermanis with 10 apiece. Crawford plays onto himself. Handball was a bit too fierce for Lewis. Oh, here's a turnover. Sherman can run in and kick a goal, and he does.
This is Osborne. Missed a couple of weeks with suspension. Back in the team this afternoon. Lewis, another Hawk in his 2nd game. Here's Crawford into overdrive. Beautiful. 13 points is the margin as it stands, but you can make it 19. Mark down the fourth in the book for Mark Williams.
Both Crawford with 25 and Mitchell with 20. They're getting plenty of the ball for their forwards to mark.
Barker kicks out wide towards Everett. Held a long time in the tackle. Somehow got a handball back to Crawford. 70 from goal. Kick around the body in front. Williams couldn't take it this time. Vanderberg over the top. Osborne kick a goal, and he does. Well, Hathorn, what a performance in this opening half.
26.
Shane Crawford's best ever, I think, is 41 in a match. He's had 26 touches, and we're not even at the half yet. Let's see if he can get another one in this little passage. He won't need to, because Hodge will deliver. Again, it's Williams. Straining out of the square, over to Clark. Oh, the Hawks are flying at the G, and the crowd's going wild. Tim Clark puts through another one. Goes long, but it wasn't a great-looking kick. Jarman in front, brings it to the front, but the Hawks there to mop up. They don't do it cleanly. Bradshaw was quick to swoop, but he just can't bring it back enough. It was touched off the boot. Hodge was composed this time. Crawford quickly bounces to his feet, gets it onto Mitchell. He's got Miller away on the wing, and also Vandenberg. Now Miller involved. Pursued by Pike, but he's got him covered. Long to Everett. He's in good shape to mark this, and he's almost within range. He'll be favoured by his left boot. Can go to Franklin or Miller, or down to Williams, who makes his lead into the pocket. A few little leads, but he ignores them eventually and decides on having the shot for goal. And what a decision it was! He is having a day out.
Margin out to 37 points. Everett, Crawford. Now, what's going to happen here? Umpire Ellis is going to give Hathorn a free kick for a Shepherd. So it'll come back to Everett. McLaren just trying to work out where the mark is. Who would have thought? There it is again. There's the Shepherd and the infringement.
It's going to Barker.
Towards Barker in front. Oh, he marks in front of McDonald. That's a great kick. Two great kicks to Everett.
He got a great screen from Crawford off the ball.
Now John Barker can kick the ball a long way. Couple going back to him to say, have a go, Johnny.
So Crawford ran 50 metres to lay that screen in.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Hathorn have been doing all day, sacrificing.
He kicks from outside 50. He kicks a goal.
They are fumbling all over the ground. This is not the Lions side we're used to seeing, that's for sure. McDonald swoops to Ackermanis. Can he spark them? He's surrounded by Hawks. He put it to ground. Play on was the call. Black, composed, bereft of options. Well played by Jarman to fight on. Should be a goal, and McGrath gets boot to ball. They've got one back. Goes to Crode as the Hawks swing it out. We'll quickly swing down to Andrew Marr.
Just the amazing thing about Shane Crawford, Hutto, in the high rotation of midfields, and they continue today. Crawford's still yet to spend any time on the bench this season, and that includes today, obviously.
He was involved there as Everett hacks it forward towards half forward. Selwood copped a heavy knock earlier. Ladson, well done, Ladson. Centres the ball towards full forward. Michael's got the advantage this time, but it spills to Williams, who'll kick his sixth.
Takes the mark. Franklin leading up, but he goes shorter than that first. To Rees. Pops it over the top to Franklin. Nothing much doing for him at this stage.
Needs to kick it long to Everett, who's stationed in the pocket.
Jarman is back as a loose man, or the ruckman pushing behind the play, so perhaps why he had his reluctance. McLaren's down there as well. Jarman with the two fists. A fist from Selwood, which at least puts it forward, but free kick has gone to Mitchell. He dived forward and really was a little bit lucky, but he was the man going for the ball, so you've got to give him some credit, and he uses it beautifully into Roughhead. But Roughhead, who showed he was up to it last week with a couple of goals. This one will really sting the Lions on the bell at three-quarter time. Oh, celebration. There's Black, out wide to Corrie. missed the mark, and again this un-Brisbane-like play when they just haven't had the sure handling. It shows what a big role confidence plays in any sport, and Shane Crawford, or Shane Confidence as you could call him, is full of it at the moment. Franklin again involved, Everett off the left, he blazes away! Oh, they can do no wrong.
And he kicks, and the mark taken by Roughhead on the wing.
Mitchell powers on, he just keeps on running. Over the back, Bateman lurking in the pocket. McGrath trying to catch him. Catch me if you can, he can't.
Actually, Osborne has been good. He's been tough. He kicks towards Spider, couldn't quite take it. At the back chance for Charman. Good pressure from Williams. But the Charman kick close to the line. Dixon will haul it in just inside. Now Clark from 60. Everett, couldn't take it. Williams spills it up. Everett somehow finds himself 40 metres from goal. He delivers another one.
Numbers with the Lions, and numbers prevail. This is Hathorn. He's been stalked by Osborne, but he got the kick away. Campbell Brown back with courage, but not quite the footy. Crode was about to be pinged, I reckon, just got rid of it in time. Hodge pushed a man away. Flying snap at goal is pretty good. Hawks trying to claim it was touched. But a goal.
Some toe, Corrie. Gets a good shepherd by McLaren, who got rid of Hodge. Corrie has 3 or 4 bounces. Great chase by Ladson, but he delivers to Sherman, who's marked in the pocket. He's kicked a couple. Can he bring it back? It's pretty good. He's kicked another one for the Lions. He's kicked 3.
Bradshaw's got a good league on here. Fair fist, but Bradshaw held his ground. Good luck under that one. McLaren got a shove, and the umpire saw it. Against Hodge, goes to McLaren. So young McLaren to try and get another one back for the Lions. Made the goal umpire work, but he's put it through. Good tackle on Lewis, and he managed to get it clear. Osborne's kick to Clark, back to Ladson. Here's Harry Miller. There's the goals. He finds them. Copeland seems to have recovered from a nasty head knock earlier on. Got great distance on the kick, and Leppich takes the mark and tries to burst away. So suddenly the Lions into attack, and he goes down to Chris Johnson, who takes the mark. He wanted to go.
The Lions side at the moment is there's so many guys that are underdone.
Chris Johnson, normally a beautiful kick, and you can see that he still is.
And he handballs across the defensive goal square to Crow, who just props some weights. Hodges going half pace at the moment. Johnson did brilliantly. Threads it out wide. Chance for Corrie, deep in the pocket. He dribbles it, and well done. Great stuff from Roughhead. He blocked it, ran it behind the goalpost, and then picked it up again. And now it's with Osborne, who delivers to that man Clark. Deep inside defensive 50, but no hurry for the Hawks here. Chips out wide. Ladson, overlap provided by Lewis, been impressed with his game as well. He chips short. Everett wheels onto the left boot, kicks towards Crawford at half forward, and he marks 60 from goal. There it is. What a performance, and that man must be very proud, Alistair Clarkson. He's watched his side go twice, close very twice in the opening 3 rounds of the AFL season. His first as coach of the Hawks. But what a performance today. That's one of the stars, Shane Crawford. 32 possessions, 26 in the first half when it counted. And, well, rightly so, Steve. They're a late.